Hi, I'm Evelyn Linwood. Welcome back to my channel. Or if you're new here, welcome. Y'all, I'm so excited. I finally finished the fun and games section of Project Gold, which means the next scene I write will be the midpoint. I finished this, today's Saturday, I finished it Thursday. I'm at 37,000 words. And then yesterday, for some reason, my back burner project, Project King, was just like yanking my brain. So I wrote roughly 1,500 words on that. I got to move one of my little Post-it notes on my Kanban board, which, I mean, it doesn't look like I'm making progress on there, but I am. I am so excited about that. Okay. That's where I am. I am going to work on Project Gold a little bit this morning. I have a writing-related meeting later, just with some fellow writers. So that's what I'll be doing right now. Keyboard angle. Yo, I just figured out how to do a keyboard angle. Huh? Okay, hopefully that's enough footage because I'm missing my music. Hi there. Okay, where did I leave off? So I mentioned I had a meeting that was on Saturday. That was a really actually awesome thing. So I got matched with this group that's like a mastermind group, which is a concept from business. Now, I've mentioned that on this channel before because I'm in another one. So this is a second mastermind group. But we're all kind of like at the same point in our careers or very close to it. And we're all at least writing some kind of fantasy subgenre. So I'm pretty excited about that. I enjoyed getting to meet everyone. Anyway, and then let's see, what else have I done? We had like a big weather change on Monday, and I was pretty much out of commission because it was like, my head was weird that day. It was like 40-degree swing. So then last night, I worked on Project Gold. I didn't get very far, but I've at least gotten to I started the midpoint scene and I got to, I can't tell you actually, but so in the midpoint scene, there's a thing that's happening and then something else happens. I got to the first thing that's going to happen and I just have to describe that and then I can go into the something else. So that sounds very vague and I'm sorry, but I don't want to spoil the book. Big spoilers. Yeah, you can't exactly tell the midpoint. At least not this particular one because there's an element of mystery going on. But anyway. I'm very happy. And then I was thinking about my goals with this book. And I kind of took a more serious look at how I've been setting my goals. Because I always set really high goals and I never hit them, ever. So I was looking at my pacemaker plan, which had me writing like 4,000 words a day, which I've never done for more than a day or two in a row. That I don't know why I thought I could do that. And I've been comparing myself to like me from a few years ago when I had literally nothing going on in my life other than writing. And I don't know. Anyway, so I set a new schedule. My plan is to have the book finished, first draft, by June 27th at the very latest. That has me writing about 1,000 words a day. It is something that not only can I handle, I know I'll do it. Because there's a very big difference between, like, I'm someone who tends to get overwhelmed if I'm faced with a task that's just not doable. So if you put 4 times what would be easy in front of me, I can't do it. So yeah. So that is my goal for draft 1. And if I can do that, then I can let it rest for a little bit, obviously. And then my hope is to have at least draft 2, which is less involved. For me, draft 2 is not that big of an overhaul. At least for this project, it won't be. So I want to go through and do like draft 2 in July, hopefully. Maybe July, August. And then give it to a reader, get some outside feedback. Okay, so I was saying, sorry, there's going to be a little cut because I got a phone call. So my hope is to let it sit for a little bit, work on another project, probably Project King during that time. And then I will do kind of draft 2. Draft 2 is not a super intense edit, I hope. Based on what I have, I'm pretty confident that it will just be kind of cleaning up the language, adding in some description, that kind of thing. Because I'm actually feeling really good developmentally, which surprises me, because I have not in the past. Anyway, so I will do that probably in July. It might spill over into August. And then I'll get outside eyes on it. I have one particular reader who is it's my mom. I make my mom read it. And then she and I have very similar taste in books. So she will tell me certain things, and then I can send it to like other beta readers, and they'll tell me different things. Also, don't do what I'm doing. Don't trust family for beta reading. We have very similar tastes, so I want her opinion. I'm also using other people. Don't just like use family members, because they will tell you such nice things that are probably only partly true. Anyway, yeah. So that's the plan, and the book will definitely be out by the end of the year. I'm hoping earlier in the fall, not like all the way in the winter, but we'll see. So, I have a question for you guys. How many of you have been like stuck in the middle of a book? Like the middle section? Not necessarily the middle, but like the part leading up to the middle or the part right after. Do you always get stuck there? And how do you get out of it? Because like, for some reason, it's happened in more than one project. I have misidentified my midpoint until I got there and was like, oh, duh, that's the midpoint. And it doesn't really affect anything from what I can tell. It just makes me stressed out. So I would rather have a lower stress writing experience. It is supposed to be fun, mostly. It's mostly supposed to be fun. Sometimes it's not fun. But you start writing because you like writing. So, yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Why I keep doing that. The point that I keep identifying as, like, the midpoint is actually, like, the scene that comes right before, like, the break into 3. And I don't know why. It's happened with multiple projects. And like even in planning, I'm not that much of a planner, so I might just be kind of learning to plan. We'll see. Anyway, that's my curiosity. If you're working on anything new, I'd love to hear about your projects below. If you have a YouTube channel that's like kind of bookish authory, I would love to check them out. So don't be afraid to drop that below and kind of share about it. Yeah, and I will see you next time. I have an informative video coming out next week, so I'll see you then.